Hey, Jeff here. Just wanted to do a little quick update. Got some stuff in the mail today. Actually, I still have some packages out there coming from California that are still in limbo. No update since like the 23rd of November as far as where they are. And then I have a couple that were scheduled to be here today that are coming from the middle of the U.S. that were scheduled for today that are still kind of also now fallen into limbo. They've been sitting Maryland, the state above us, 4 or 5 hours away from here. They've been sitting there for the past 4 days with no movement. So I expected today would probably be an overload day, but so far only one expected item came in. Another one that was kind of lost in transit came in, and then I got some unexpected gift that I will show you now. So Aaron Muta Alamere over there on last week on his Tipsy Tuesday, I believe, was showing, his typical place for the day. And in the background, he was playing a Clutch album. Now, truth be told, I'll be honest with you here, I have heard of Clutch, but they are one of those bands that came out in the mid-90s. And in the mid-90s, I had tuned out most bands of that era. It was the era when grunge was coming in and alternative rock. And honestly, any new band that appeared back in those days, I pretty much would have ignored. I didn't have much connection with. So, I've heard of Clutch. I lumped them into an alternative rock feel. I lumped them into bands that I probably won't check out. And now, here we are 15, 20, 25 years later, I have never heard that I know of anything by Clutch. So, Aaron was playing Clutch in the background. And I'm like, holy camoly. Are you kidding me? What the heck? This is like, I wrote him and said, please tell me that's like an oddball album for them and that they don't always sound like that. Because what I was hearing was smoking. I was like, wow. Let me see. He was playing, the album he was playing was Blast Tyrant. So that's their 2004 release. And it was just dirty, gritty, and heavy. And I'm like, that can't be what they always sound like. He said, yeah, and sadly to tell you, they are like that. So he said they changed a little bit from the early days. But anyway, I was like, I do not need to discover another band with a large back catalog and start liking them. He said, well, sorry, but that's what they sound like. So I'm not going to run out and buy the box set that I've seen people showing. I would love to. I guess that'd be one way to jump into an instant collection. But, that vinyl box set is upwards in the hundreds of dollars. So, yeah, I mean, Christmas is coming around. If y'all want to buy it for me, that's fine. I wouldn't complain. But anyway, I just was like, I guess I'll be on the lookout. If I see something by them in the wild now, I will probably pick it up. I won't have that. I won't have the negative connotation against them because now I know, and I'll probably check them out online more. But so Aaron shot me out a Clutch DVD. It's a double DVD set, live. So, thank you, Aaron. This will get me started. It'll get me started on checking out some of their stuff. Yeah, so I assume this is an extra or something he could do without, and so I will give it a spin. I'll give it a listen, check it out. So, I'll be checking them out online too. I just hope I don't fall head over heels in love with them. He seems to really, really, really like them, and if I become that way with my completist mentality, if I become obsessed, then it's going to be one of those bands that you have to get a big back catalog of, and I'm going to be starting to collect them. So let's hope we don't go there for my pocketbook's sake. All right, next up we do have a package that kind of got tinkered in the mail a little. It was due last week, and it's from Amazon, and then they passed it off when they got local, which is weird. We have a local Amazon warehouse here, so I get stuff usually within a day or two. For some reason, this was passed off to USPS, so it went into the post office hands, and that was the problem. That was the problem, because it ended up in the 2 cities over, and then it got notification that it was like a change of address. I didn't change my address. I lived there when I was a kid, but I haven't been there in 35 years. So anyway, and it's sat over there for a day or two, and then it finally showed up today. So I got Doors live in Detroit on vinyl, and I believe when I look back, this was the final vinyl needed to complete my Thor vinyl collection. Now, that does exclude the there's a movie soundtrack that I don't have, the under the name Tritons. I don't have that, so I guess if you want to count that, he did the soundtrack, so that is a Thor thing. But all the Thor band stuff, this would be the last one. Now, there are singles, and there are 12 inches, and there are pictures and stuff. I don't have those, but these are the official album releases. This is a reissue, came out in 2017 on Deadline Records. They're the ones that seem to be putting out most of his stuff these days. It's on typical black wax. You got a lot of glare here because of computer screens. Anyway, this is classic, recorded in like 85. Live stuff. Now, I have shown this in the past, but I do have two versions of this on CD. This can harken back to my video on buying in, multiple medias. This came out originally on CD years ago, and I want to say it's got some exclusive bonus tracks on here. So this was purchased as a CD release back in the day. Then, when the album came out, Deadline released a reissue of it that is actually a set, and it's got a DVD and a CD. So obviously I had to have the big deluxe edition, and it's got some extra bonus tracks, and it's got the actual live CD. It's got the Anthology DVD, which I have separately, but it's in here, DVD, and then this 3 is an actual Live Across America CD, a bonus CD. So yeah, I was a sucker for Thor, had to get the third one. So we've got it now, 2 different CD versions and the record version. All right, next up is the other thing that came in today, and this would be, the other day I posted a video on Black Friday sales, Girder Music, Christian version, Christian music style. Girder Music, they are located just the state below me in North Carolina, so I get stuff fairly fast from them. And I guess I recall so the other day I purchased a lot of the vinyl records from them because they had quite a sale on quite a few things. Then I guess either they marked more stuff down, or I finally went back and decided to get some CDs. So these are going to be all CDs. They are going to be all in the Christian realm, and they are going to be what I talked about the other day when I got from them, me going back at a discount and buying some of the reissues that they've put out that have escaped me up to that point. Now, not all of these, though, are Girder releases because they had a sale on a lot of other things. So, for instance, I picked up the 3 reissues of Tourniquet. Now, these are all retroactive reissues. So, they released these, and they have been remastered by Rob Caldwell. They have different bonus tracks than the other remastered editions that came out. So, these came out, or they were announced to come out a few months ago, and so I went and took my original remasters. So, they came out on CD. Then they were remastered by the band and put out a handful of years ago, and I bought those. And then when these were announced to come out, I sold those. Or I think I sold 2 out of 3 of those, or maybe I did sell all 3 of them. Sold them real quick, and then never returned to buy these, so I finally circled back to get these. They were on sale. So these are, in my opinion, I love all things Tourniquet, but these are the Guy Ritter years, the Gary Lanier years, where, it was the band lineup had them in it, and Guy Ritter was the vocalist on these 3 albums, and then he is no longer in the band for the rest of the album. So these are still, this is where it starts. First album, second album, third album. To me, this is the still, I don't want to say, I guess I could say the high water mark in my opinion. It's just different. It's a different vocalist. I love this style. I love their other stuff. It's different. So love it all. Love it all. So yeah, finally picked those up. I picked up, okay, this is a One Bag Pig punk band. I did purchase this on limited run vinyl, so I didn't go for the CD, but it was on a super sale, so I went ahead and picked up the CD. Limited run vinyl will be coming soon. Grave Robber, I've showed them in the past. They, very kind of a horror punkish misfit sounding band. I picked up a bunch of their vinyl test pressings not too long ago. I showed in a video. This is a reissue of their 2009 on actual case. The original was a Digi Hub case. You opened it up and had a little rubber thing in there. So this is the actual jewel case version. It's got more information, more pictures in there. Remastered, reissue, since the other's been out of print, because like I say, 2009. hold on. The One Bad Pig is one of the ones that they've been doing that has the trading card. It's got a little foil stamp smash on there. Smash the guitar. As does Love War, Soak Your Brain. One of my favorite albums of all times, it seems like. I just always loved this album. 1993 release, now it's been reissued. It also comes with a foil trading card, picture of the band, picture of the album. Remastered, reissued. It's just great. Some people might call it proggy, and it's got some prog elements to it, but it's kind of just really, really, really good, solid, hard rock. So, and they did get together after many years and put out another album, which came out a while back, and I should have picked that up on Black Friday because I don't have that on CD yet, but I have the digital tracks. And then I grabbed the reissue of, get this glare, the reissue of the first Bloodgood album. I got way too many lights over here at my desk. I'm not in my normal location. 1986 Bloodgood self-released first self-titled album. So the reason I hesitated on this is because in 2010 it was reissued by their original label, sort of kind of their other original label. It's got a new cover, but it also has the regular cover inside. It is a 2-disc edition. Has some live bootleg stuff on here that's really raw but neat to have. And it was remastered. And so I had that, and I felt like, do I really need to have this remastered? Well, when it dropped the price, it dropped. I figured let's support the labels and band and do that. And went ahead and bought this. This is another retroactive release. So now I have 2. But see, I did the same thing because Detonation was released in 2010 on the label. This is their second album, and it too was released with a different cover, and then the original cover, and it too is a double disc with some bootleg live stuff, and had some bonus tracks in there. Well, when the band reissued a special edition of the second album, remastered and everything, I did go ahead and buy that. So at least I'm consistent. I have 2 copies of the first and second album. So yeah, so that was it. I just bundle of CDs and a new record and something from Aaron there. Thank you, Aaron, so much for that again. And that's all. I hope the other stuff shows up. The things coming from that are stuck in Maryland are some more limited run, as well as Black Friday. And then the stuff stuck in California is a bunch of Black Friday stuff. That I'm really excited about because I think that's probably the biggest load. And some limited run vinyl too. So I've got limited run vinyl and Black Friday purchases from Rox Records coming that's sitting somewhere in California or in transit. And I've got some limited run vinyl and some Black Friday stuff coming from Boone's Overstock that's sitting somewhere in Maryland waiting to come to Virginia. That's it for now. Thanks a lot. Rock on.